Hello and good morning, dear students. After a long time, I am here in front of you. I hope you enjoyed my previous videos. So, today I am here to deal with a new topic. I hope you will enjoy this topic as well. Today, we are going to learn a beautiful topic, and the name of the topic is A Letter to God, which is written by G.L. Fields. Before going to pay our attention towards the lesson, let's have some information about the author. Gregorio Fuentes was a Mexican national. He was born in Mexico, which is a South American country. He was born on November 17, 1897, and he breathed his last on December 10th, 1966. He was a novelist, poet, and journalist. He was one of the leading chroniclers of the Mexican Revolution. Chronicler means a person who writes events or maybe the historical events by the sequence order of time. He started writing at the age of 15 when the Mexican Revolution began. Many of his books are related to the civil conflict that is struggle. The struggle which happened in his country was written in his books by this author. The present lesson also demonstrates the conflict, that is struggle, between man and nature, and trust and distrust. Some of the difficult words that you are going to encounter in this lesson are here in front of you. You can make a note of these words. Here I will read these words for you. Entire, that is whole, or you can say complete. Crest, that is top of a hill. Harvest, that is season of yielding crops or season of getting crops. Intimately, that is closely. Predict, that is foretell or tell something in advance, tell something before that thing is going to happen. Approaching, that is coming near. Draped, that is covered with cloth. Hail, that is frozen raindrops. Solitary, that is lonely or alone. Contentment, that is happiness or satisfaction. There are two main or important characters that you are going to pay attention to in this lesson. The first important character is Lencho, who is a poor farmer, and he has a tremendous faith in God. He has an unshakable faith in God. The second important character is Postmaster, who helps Lencho by raising a fund with the help of post office employees. Apart from these two characters, there are also some minor characters like Lencho's wife, his children, and the other post office employees, but they are not so striking to be mentioned here in the main characters. Let's pay our attention towards the summary of lesson. In short, what happens in the story we will pay attention to. A Letter to God is a story of extreme faith in God. Just a few moments ago, I told you that Lencho had a tremendous faith in God. So this is the story of Lencho who writes a letter to God. The writer has tried to depict the faith of a poor and simple farmer in God. And the writer of this lesson, G.L. Fuentes, has tried to depict, that is, he has tried to describe the faith of a poor and simple farmer. And who is the simple farmer? Yes, you have rightly guessed, he is none other than Lencho. He has a tremendous faith in God. Lencho was an honest and hard-working farmer. Once there was a hailstorm. It destroyed his crops completely. So, all what Lencho needed was a downpour or some shower of rain, and he was waiting for the rain to fall. However, the rains changed into the hailstorm, and that hailstorm destroyed the crops of Lencho completely. Lencho had great faith in God. he asked God to send him money, that is 100 pesos, through a letter. So there was no hope for Lencho to get help from. All his crops had already been destroyed by the hailstorm. Now, who would feed him? Who would feed his family? Who would support him and his family? Of course, he thought that it was God who would do something for him. So, as he had a great faith in God, he wrote a letter to God to get 100 pesos. Pesos, it is a currency, it's a Mexican currency. So he needed 100 pesos to support his family. The postmaster read the letter out of curiosity as it was addressed to God. So just the name was written on the letter, God, no address was written. So the postmaster became curious. He wanted to know what was there exactly in that letter, and he decided to help Lencho. So when he read that letter, he understood the plight of Lencho. He thought that Lencho was in the dire need of money, so he decided to help him out, and he talked about it with his employees, other employees, and they were also ready to give some part of their salary as charity to raise fund to help Lencho. He collected some money. He put it inside the envelope. After collecting the amount of money, he put that money inside the envelope and waited for Lencho to come back to the post office to collect that amount. Lencho came to the post office to check his mail. When Lencho came to the post office, he asked the post office employees if he had received, if he was going to receive any mail. The post office people gave him the envelope, and they gave him that envelope which contained that amount of money. Lencho opened the envelope without the slightest surprise. So there was no surprise on his face. He was not at all surprised when he saw that envelope. It means he was completely sure that God was going to help him out. So here in this picture you can see how Lencho becomes sad as the hailstorm has destroyed his crops. He took out the money and counted it. Although he was a poor farmer, he knew reading and writing. He even knew how to calculate the money to make the total of it. So he opened the envelope, and through that envelope he took out that amount of money and he counted it. He found that it was less than what he had asked for. As his demand was 100 pesos, he got only 70 pesos. So how much of amount did he not get? He did not get 30 pesos. So Lencho counted it again and again, but it was the same 70 pesos. Hence he wrote another letter to God. So why did he write the letter for the second time? He wrote the letter for the second time. Just see why. He asked God to send him the rest of the amount, that is 30 pesos. Because this much of amount, that is 30 pesos, was less than what he had required. But he wanted God not to send the money through the mail. He considered the post office employees as a bunch of crooks who had stolen 30 pesos from the 100 pesos sent by God. So here there is the irony. Irony, that is, what you expect, exactly opposite that thing happens. So Lencho considered the post office employees as a bunch of crooks. Actually, these were the post office employees who had raised a fund for him of about 70 pesos. But he thought that these post office employees were the bunch of crooks who had taken his 30 pesos. God did not send him that amount of money, but he was so naive, he was so foolish that he believed that that amount was sent to him by God himself. He did not even think the source of that money, where it came from, and apart from that, he accused the post office employees for having stolen 30 pesos from 100 pesos, because he thought that God would never make any mistake in sending money. So here you can see how Lencho has the strong faith in God, but he has no faith in human beings. So here in this picture you can see Lencho goes to the post office to take that amount of money for his survival in the disaster of the hailstorm. Hope you have understood the lesson. Now we will go to the fag end of the PowerPoint presentation, that is the recapitulatory questions we are going to deal with. On page number 14 and 15 of your main course book, you have these questions. I am going to read out the questions. Listen to them please. Who does Lencho have complete faith in? What sentences in the story tell you this? Why does the postmaster send money to Lencho? This is the second question, and the second part of the second question is, why does he sign the letter God? Third question, did Lencho try to find out who had sent the money to him? Why or why not? Fourth question, who does Lencho think has taken the rest of the money? What is the irony of the situation? About irony I have already told you. Question number 5, are there people like Lencho in the real world? What kind of person would you say he is? Then some short questions are there for you. Question number 1, what did Lencho hope for? Why did Lencho say the raindrops were like new coins? How did the rain change? What happened to Lencho's fields? Who or what did Lencho have faith in? What did he do? Who read the letter? So in this way, there are just 5 short questions in front of you on the screen. I hope you have understood the lesson, and just we dealt with the summary of the lesson. In the next video, we will deal with the lesson step by step completely. Hope you liked the lesson. Please like the lesson, subscribe and share, and comment as well. Thank you very much, and may God bless all of you.